no time.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics, and it's another day. It's the last day of 2022, and we're ready to take it off and do it as we always do, and that's with another great episode of OnlySlabs. But we can't get started with OnlySlabs without, of course, my brother from the Canadian North, Chris the Comic Vet. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm excited to see that you once again are back above 1,000. So that means combined we have 2,000 subscribers, right?
Yes, approximately 2025.
That's how it works.
Around that area.
They're all unique. We don't share it. There's no crossover between the two of us.
I wish that we would share subscribers, but for whatever reason they want to draw a great divide. So be it. But yeah, it's been all joking aside, it's been an interesting 24 hours. You know, got up to 1,001. I was euphoric, over the moon. I totally forgot to check myself because YouTube always does that. No robots allowed. And then they checked me back down to 990. But thankfully, some members in the community saw what happened, and right now I'm above. I think last time we spoke was about 1,006. So hopefully it sticks. But yeah, it's and kudos to you too. So it's nice to be in the same company.
Right,
once
we're
again.
running right there in parallel. It's like we got this great horse and we are co-owners. It's just great. The another man who's also over 1,000, who actually, well, let's bring on our guest first, and then I'll kind of get into it, and we'll go from there. So, joining us today to wrap up 2022, a man who with a phenomenal collection, ladies and gentlemen, the Comic Collector Geek, Alan. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you very much, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you came with a high pedigree. So not only it was funny, is like I knew I was a subscriber and had seen some of your content, but hadn't really thought about it for some reason. And then I was talking with Man Cave, and he goes, "Well, you know who you should reach out to is reach out to Alan." And I said, "Oh," and so then was the connection. And what was great was I reached out to Alan about coming on the show, and Alan, of course, does a series of interviews with community members himself. And he said, "Well, great. Well, I'd love to interview you." And so actually, oddly enough, today of all days, that is airing. So if later on after this, you just can't get enough of me.
Go to my channel.
Go over to the Comic Collector Geek. The information is down below.
Too. It was fun.
And there's an interview with me, and we talk about what else but slabs. And of course, there's a fair amount of discussion of some Golden Age books and slabs and other type of stuff. But hey, it's a great interview. I got done watching it. I gotta say, I think that guest is a phenomenal guest.
Handsome. It was a handsome devil. Yeah,
my best OnlySlabs guest ever.
Oh man, but great series of interviews. I was watching some past ones too. So great interview series. So congratulations to you on all your success on that. Before we get too deep into today's show, though, we do have to do what we do. And that is, of course, we have to play Romper Room.
Romper Bomper, Stomper Boo, tell me, do. Magic Mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
All our friends did, and they're starting with this Crucius. Hooray!
Who's first? That's good.
Yes, Happy New Year's from New Mexico. I don't think it's Happy New Year's just yet, but we appreciate the sentiment. The man who will be able to say Happy New Year to us, Mad Spidey, when we get to him. But Chop and Drop, last of the year, absolutely. An amazing, epic show. Thank you very much. Mr. DJ Lynx is in the mix. He's here for us. Rainy Brooklyn. It's raining here, too, as well.
Yeah, it's raining here as well.
Raining here, too.
Yeah. I think it's just raining everywhere.
Like the whole continent's just getting soaked.
Which is actually good. Well, I don't know about you guys, but out here, we need every drop.
For us, it's washing away the snow, so it's nice and green again.
There's
the way I like
no
it.
more snow here.
Yeah.
PSN Green Hoaxer, do I smell old comic book pages? Very well, good. Cat Fans Comics Man, Happy New Year to you. Chris the Comic Vet, he's here to get going. That was just good because without him, the show kind of peters to a halt. El Green Machine, thank you very much. the often imitated but never replicated Chris the Comic Vet is actually what it is, right?
Okay, I'll accept that.
Digger Jim, how you doing?
Jim.
The rain's got to make it nice, easier to dig for Digger.
Yeah, and everyone, Jim just dropped a new video spotlighting some stuff that he picked up recently. Please, when you're done watching OnlySlabs today, check out Digger Jim. He's got some fun stuff.
He found some Australian coins the other
I
day.
know. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what, in America? Anyway,
That's weird.
Steven C, how you doing there? Sith Lordly from Spine Ticks. Yo, my brother from Star Wars Galaxies. How you doing? It's really funny is that Sith Lordly and I have so much in common because we're basically the same age. We've grown same passions, a lot of same stuff. We're in the same state, but because we're like 400 miles away from each other, a bunch of kilometers, we've never had a chance to meet up. But one of these days, we'll meet somewhere in the middle there, Seth. You and I.
One of the few Americans I think could probably lay claim he's a bigger hockey fan than what I am. So yeah,
that's right. There you go. Maybe I'll. Yeah. Well, maybe I should get in. I should start following the Sharks and care. Maybe. Let's see, Mr. Comics 89. Hey, welcome, Slab of the Year Away. Absolutely, that'd be a good song. We should get Freaky Louie to get us a parody of rocking the year away or rocking around the slapping around the clock or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. Not to be confused with the fake James Woolley. The real James Woolley is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Mad Spidey, Happy New Year, literally from the land down under, the king of all Aussies, Mad Spidey, ladies and gentlemen. It's a title that I've appointed him, and it carries just as much equal value, I think, as any other honorary title. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy, congrats to you, Chris. Absolutely. Let's see here, scrolling through who else we missed. And PSN Green Hulkster, I think we said hello to, but just in case, Mr. Kenneth Bird, happy to have you here. The supporters are out. We love it. Brian LCS, yes, welcome. Hello to everybody. I have to go back later today to watch his Breakfast with Brian because I actually slept today and missed the episode.
I caught the tail end of it. Yeah.
Usually I usually wake up about 7:30 and catch the half end. And this time I only 7:50, took a shower, and by then it was well over. So, but I'll watch it later. Let's see, who else do we got here? That's coming. Oh, Flash by Night Comics. Good morning to you, sir. Chuck Hensey. Well, hello, good afternoon. Hello, yes, it all is relative depending upon where you're at in this country. And both are correct answers. Marty, how you doing? Dale of Suspense is here. My goodness, we got people coming up out of the woodwork. Ben Parker Comics. I'm trying to get Ben to come on the show. We're trying to work out some logistics. No pressure, Ben, but we expect to get you on the schedule soon, sir. Let's see. Johnny 5 is alive. Excellent. Johnny. Happy to have you here with us. And am I getting Ben, Jenny? I think we're caught up. If I missed anybody, I seriously apologize. It's complete. Oh, Beckerman. How could I miss Beckerman? Jeez Louise. Sorry, sir. Please forgive us. Anyways, if anybody else we've missed, I deeply apologize. Completely unintentional. We want to get Alan a chance here to tell us a little bit about himself, his channel, before we start digging into these books here. Ragman, hey. Now Ragman, okay, well, now I might as well just write him down as a winner because Ragman's been
he wins lots of prizes.
Yeah, he's hot.
A good friend.
Yeah. Him and Las Cruces are hot right now.
Yes. And what we're talking about, in case you've just never seen the show before, we got 2 giveaways during the show today. We'll pause about halfway through the show. We'll be giving away some books from the giveaway box here. We have a short box full of books. It's been completely restocked, variations of some older books and some modern keys and some variant covers as well, facsimiles. They all come now with Pokemon cards, thanks to our friend the great Tyler, ready for Wednesday. And there's some chance to pull slabs in here as well too. Wow. So yeah, you never know what you get. And speaking of slabs, my last plug before we go on this, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to check out the Fat Stacks merch shop, fatstacksmerch.com. You can get your Fat Stacks merch, but you can also get your OnlySlabs merch. 100% of that product goes, or the 100% of the proceeds goes to Comics Curing Cancer, including there's a new item there. So people have been asking, the OnlySlabs hat ball cap is there now.
There's a hat?
There's a ball cap, an OnlySlabs ball cap now available on the merch store on the fatstacksmerch.com. So anyways, there you go. We'll get to Alan now. Alan, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me again.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about you. How did you get to become a slab guy and build a room that makes people wet their pants?
Well, I hope I don't make people wet their pants too much.
Well, maybe make their pants get a little tight. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on the stuff I show. I actually got started in collecting comics from a really young age, actually. My parents would always buy me Disney comics. So, I get Disney comics. They wouldn't let me get the superhero stuff. So by the time I went to university, that's when I really started collecting like more full on, like really like as a collector and, trying to get like, the key books and all that kind of stuff. So it was in the 90s. So that's probably one of the worst times to have collected. It's like, which foil cover do you want to buy and stuff like that.
The foil age is real, people.
Yeah.
And the 90s have taught me anything. The shinier, the more valuable it is.
I always refer to the 90s as the plastic age. But I was kind of weird. I always collected kind of outside of what other people collected. So like, I'll show you one of the books, for example. I collected Bone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This is Bone number 1, first print.
Very rare.
Yeah, it's really rare. Actually, I have the complete collection of Bone, like all first print. And mine are like, some of them, like, I think my issues 2 through 5 are all autographed and sketched covers. So I really liked Bone, and this was cheap at back in the day. This was like, it was actually not that cheap. It was like $100. That was like, to me, that was huge money. But when that was like food money actually, because I was a poor university student. So instead of eating properly, I would eat ramyun and bought this book. Mr. Noodles. Yeah. So
Alan, is that book? So that book is from your own original personal collection. You didn't pick that book up slabbed?
No, I got it slabbed later. Later.
Got to call out. Thanks, El Green Machine in the super chat. I forgot them. I didn't even mention. This is all new now that we're over 1,000 and the state channel's monetized. 100% of channel monetization, guys, folks, including the super chats, everything else, all goes to Comics Curing Cancer as well.
Wow.
So thank you all very much. I keep 0 of it. All of it gets pulled once a quarter and sent off to the American Cancer Society.
Nice.
So thank you.
So lots of super chats, people. So a lot of the stuff that I collected in the 90s were like that kind of style. Like I'd go for like the comics as like, the cartoony stuff, but also I'd go for like the bad girl stuff. Like I really got into Vampirella and Lady Death and like all that stuff. And I didn't bring it, but I actually have like a complete collection of Warren publications, like Creepy, Eerie, Famous Monsters, Help, like everything that they ever produced. And I even have all the toys that they produced. So I just have everything that Warren Publishing ever did. And then I also went and got all of the Warren related foreign editions. So I have all of that. So it's a massive collection of Warren stuff. So I bought them, back in the day you could buy, like I bought my Eerie number 1. It's like a mint copy for like $10. Like that's, so that's the kind of level it was back then. It was very, very affordable. And I was buying the Vampirellas for $1 book. I think the most expensive one was number 1 and 3 for Vampirella, where number 1 I paid $25 and number 3 I paid like $50. Number 3 is rarer than number 1. So
I was going to say you're not going to be able to find a Vampirella for 25, number one for $25, even with the cover missing. I didn't realize how popular Vampirella was until the last, say, 5 years. And my goodness, that number one magazine
really
style. Oh my God!
We will probably see a lot of them, by the way, upcoming, because next month we're going to have the Cantonese Comic Kid, who's a huge Vampirella fan. So I'm sure we'll see some of that. But
yeah, if I ever come back, I'll bring my Warren collection or something like that.
Awesome.
But you know, I sort of collected during the 90s, and then when I sort of I got back into collecting like full on again in late like maybe 2015. So, you know, there was sort of that hiatus when I had children and, you know, was setting up my business, all that kind of stuff. And then when I sold my house and had no more mortgage anymore and bought a new house, you know, I had no mortgage. So all that mortgage money, like,
I started pouring
that's the dream right there.
Yeah. Like,
that's when I'll finish my ASM run.
Yeah. That's when AF15 will be done in a year.
Yeah. It was pretty great too, because I was paying about $10,000 to $15,000 per month for my previous house. Like it's just like it was really draining.
Yeah.
So having that much money where it was just money to play with was kind of fun.
Well, let's see where that money went now.
Yeah. So I'll show you some of the stuff.
Shout out Mr. DJ Links again. Thank you very much.
So I'll show you some of the stuff I picked up. I still stuck with a lot of the cartoon stuff. So I'll show you some more cartoon stuff. So ScoobyDoo number 1. Actually, I picked up two through like, I don't know, through 10 or something like that for like $10. But number 1 I never had. So I picked this up.
The number 1s on some of these are, you know, these Gold Key comic ones are rare and valuable and stuff. Like I'm looking for a number 1 Addams Family to go with my short run on the Addams Family run. And it's like, it amazes me. Like sometimes like, oh, wow. In good condition.
Book has just recently gone up though.
Well,
I picked it up for $20, so I have that one.
Sometimes it's finding it. It's the other half of it.
Yeah. So
Ellen, before you put that down, I am a huge Scooby-Doo "Where Are You" fan.
Right.
That whole late '60s Hanna-Barbera stuff. So for me personally, can you read the first appearances on that label there?
Oh yeah. First appearances of Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, Fred, Daphne, Velma in comics. So it's all their first appearances. Yeah, and they're all on the cover too.
Except Velma.
Except for
Velma. Where's Velma? Yeah, it's really weird.
She must be on the floor off camera looking for her glasses.
Yeah, probably.
I can't find my glasses. Maybe. Where are my glasses?
But maybe the first cover appearance of Velma would be Daphne. Velma. I mean, would be a kind of a cool book, another key book. That's probably number. I'm not sure what number that would be.
Zoinks.
Yeah. I always liked. Scooby-Doo was always a good series. The only thing I didn't like was Scrappy. I thought Scrappy was.
They kind of jumped the shark there in the early 80s.
You're right. I like Scooby-Dum.
Yeah, and
Scooby-Dum.
Scooby-Dooby-Dum. They kind of overdid it. Like they were trying to get all these other characters, and like they had like a whole bunch of them. Another series that I really liked was Uncle Scrooge. Okay. This is the first appearance of Uncle Scrooge.
Oh wow! And what year is that?
This is from 1947.
Nice.
God, 2 years after the end of the Second World War, Mike.
Yeah. So it's Carl Barks art as well inside.
Like, look how beautiful that cover is in a 5.0, and that's 1947.
Yeah, I know it's a really nice copy actually.
So, Alan, was it quarterly at this point then for that particular book, or bi-monthly? Does it even say?
I think it was. So this is through 4-color. I think it was monthly, like with 4-color. You know, they put them out pretty often, or even maybe bi-monthly. You know, where like I'm not bi-monthly. Is it bi-monthly or how does it work where it's twice a month? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be bi-monthly.
Yeah. So because they put out a lot of 4-color is in the thousands in terms of the number of issues, right? So yeah, this is 178. This is the second series for 4-color. There was a shorter first series, but yeah. So that
Wow.
you know,
I find that, it's really funny is, I mean, it's not really funny, but it makes sense if you get into collecting some of these older books, the golden age books. It's amazing to me how many in my collection I come across that are like 1947 and 1948 versus how few you start really before 1947. There's really, you can tell where the paper drives were really going and
oh
stuff
yeah,
still wrapping up from the war stuff, because the number of books pre 1947 that you come across, they're out there. Don't get me wrong; they're not necessarily like Spartan and don't exist, but there's definitely a noticeable decrease in the pre 1947 books versus 1947 and beyond, in my opinion, at least in my observations.
yeah. I noticed the same thing, and also you'll notice a lot of the ones around 1954 are more rare as well. And 1954 is another kind of key year. 54 to 55, actually, I would say, where you get sort of the seduction of the innocent kind of killing a lot of books. You know what I mean? So there was a lot
the
of
whole Senate hearings.
yeah. So a lot of that era was kind of very rare. This is the first ongoing, like the first title for Uncle Scrooge. So I just wanted to show this. It kind of goes with the other one.
Very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, this is from 1952. So
where's our friend Scott?
Trev.
Hoarder's Hide would love these right now. This is his wheelhouse.
So
and Tyler.
So true.
So I'll show a bit more cartoon stuff, like Dennis the Menace.
Oh yeah!
Wow, this is the first appearance of Dennis the Menace. On our show. Yes.
Yeah.
So, what year is this book now, Alan?
I believe it's 1950. Yeah, 1953.
Wow, 53.
What's funny is that you grew up, these books, these stories were out here. But I mean, when I grew up, I remember reading these in the Sunday when I'd read the Sunday Funnies.
That's what I read this one.
These strips were all still going on, and it's you realize how long lived some of these characters really went on. That you were reading them and stuff for the Peanuts, Dennis the Menace, Blondie. Just I mean, Hagar the Horrible, just like
strangely, I forgot to bring. I have the first Peanuts as well, but I didn't bring it. Like
wow.
That's another big.
That's a big book. Yeah, I know.
That's pure Americana, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and then another kind of one that I always associate. I love is the Flintstones. I always love the Flintstones.
Another first appearance here today.
Yeah, this is the
cartoon version of the Honeymooners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love the Flintstones. It was great. I actually just recently picked up the first appearance of Gazoo.
Oh, the Great Gazoo.
Yeah, the Great Gazoo. Yeah.
Not to be confused with Gary Gnu. Very different.
Yeah, different show, different era.
So as I got kind of more mature in terms of my collecting, I kind of
notice he said in terms of his collecting, not necessarily more mature himself.
Yeah, not in terms of my personality or anything, but like when I sort of got back into it, I really wanted to get like the complete Wonder Woman collection.
Oh, that's a goal.
So I'm going to show you a couple books. Actually, I'll show you this one first. This is Sensation Comics #2. So this is actually kind of a key book, not only because it's early number, but it's the first appearance of Etta Candy.
Oh, really?
Etta Candy, yeah.
Oh,
so she's like the sidekick for Wonder Woman.
Yep.
She's that kind of pudgy kind of girl. Yep. She's like super smart girl that's kind of a scientist as well. This is her. This is a really rare book, actually, pretty hard to find.
I'm looking at sales figures, and there's just
I'm floored.
There's not a lot.
Yeah,
as a serious Wonder Woman fan and reader, this is flooring for me. I gotta ask, who is the creative team for this? Like, who is the writer? Is it?
I think it would be Marston. Yeah,
Marston. Pardon me. Yep.
Yeah, it's Marston, Finger, and Fox Stories.
Oh my goodness. What a dream team right there.
Big names. Yeah.
And what's the year on this one?
This would be 1942.
Yeah, and to put this into perspective, right? So there has not been a record, at least within the records that are tracked by cover price, right? So they're personal sales of there. So on the auction sites, there has not been a recorded sale of this since 2020. So pre-pandemic. So all the sales figures that exist are pre-pandemic sales figures, which if you want to sit there and say, let's just speculate, say that the decline, the post-pandemic decline, let's say it was we're still up a little bit, right?
I would say whatever it was in 2020, take that number and double it.
Well, for this one, the closest we can go back to, we can go down to to get in a similar grade range. We're looking at sales in 2018, which was the closest one was a 3.0. There was a sale in 2018 at $2,200. So you figure that this is probably minimum a 3K book right now, minimum. Yeah,
easily 3 to 4K actually, because it's just one of those books you just don't see, and it's a seller's market on it. And the Golden Age didn't suffer the way the modern books did in terms of the recent price corrections.
Yep.
So I would say it's pretty expensive
because it's not based on speculation. The Golden Age is based actually on rarity and
there's sort of the general trend that they follow, which really you don't see the crazy spikes off of that trend. So but yeah, here's another. I figure this kind of goes, if you're going to show number 2, you might as well show number 1. So So this is the first cover appearance of Wonder Woman. I actually have her first title and also her first appearance, but I didn't bring them. I want to show some different stuff, but I love showing this book, so I just brought it.
Wow! Oh my God! I just looked at this one. Do you know what this book goes for, Alan?
Oh, this is like a $10,000 book.
Yeah, this was in 2021. A 0.5 sold for $12K.
And the one that sold for $12K isn't as nice as mine. So the one that sold for $12K actually is missing more pages and is really in rough shape. This one, it's only missing the centerfold, and it doesn't affect story.
Nice.
That's
so
beautiful.
It presents like a 3.0, I would say.
Oh yeah.
But it's in reasonable shape. Like the other ones were kind of mangled looking.
Alan, can you read us what's on the right side of that label, please?
Yeah. So it's Wonder Woman Begins, second appearance and origin, first appearance of Wildcat. Also, it's the first appearance. It doesn't say it. It's the first appearance of Mr. Terrific as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
bad news,
I was
Mr. Terrific collectors.
First appearance, and I was like, "Oh man, where's Mr. Terrific's first appearance?" And then I was like, "Oh, I have that book." So it's kind of cool.
Mr. Durr, we appreciate your time.
Yeah, so kind of a cool book. I like this one.
That's awesome.
I just don't like the bigger cases. That's the only thing that is my pet peeve about that book. But
that's phenomenal.
So now I think, Chris, as I'm thinking about this now, we've had the first Superman.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And here we're getting this is first cover appearance of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
First cover appearance.
I should have brought the first Wonder Woman, like maybe
and we've had the first cover appearance of Batman.
Oh wow. That's nice.
Did we?
Ooh, no.
First cover appearance is Detective.
We've had the second.
That's right, it was the second. And we haven't had a Deck 27 yet.
We've had the Detective 28.
So we're still working on that Trinity.
Yeah.
All right.
We're close to the Holy Trinity.
Thank you for
the big one is knocked out of the park, though.
Yeah. Woo.
Okay, so actually, when I first got into collecting Golden Age, the big thing I like, sort of price point wise, that I got into, like I was I was actually scared of the Golden Age because I thought, oh, it's going to be like millions of dollars, like you have that kind of impression. Mm-hmm. So I kind of got into a series like Captain Marvel. So I picked up,
that's a beautiful cover. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the first appearance of Mary Marvel.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Captain Marvel 18. This is actually kind of an interesting book. It's hard to find it complete. And the reason being, there was these cards on the back.
Oh.
And people would cut them out. So so a lot of the time you get incomplete copies or green labels. The
legs on her.
Yeah, I know. So this is Bullet
Look at
Girl.
that.
Yeah, Bullet Girl. Yeah.
So a big
Yeah.
thing I'd like to collect is, these kind of female Golden Age characters. So I have her first appearance too. It's kind of a cool book. Yeah. So this is Captain Marvel 18. In this grade, it's a reasonable book.
Well, yeah, that's what I've said this a
That's
lot. It's like,
incredible.
and that's how I started when I started with the Golden Age. Is there's a lot of value books that are
Right.
available out there. People always are amazed when I pull out certain books and they go, how much you only spent how much? But there's a lot of books that are out there available that you can get into it and start collecting some of this classic art and stuff at a reasonable price. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on Golden Age books.
Yeah, I mean, even this one, this is kind of a key book. And it's a 7.5. It's a high grade.
Yeah.
Right.
I only paid $600 for this, and it might sound like a lot, but that's this is the first appearance of Mr. Mind.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
And it's a great American kind of patriotic flag one. Like the flag covers usually go for a bit more.
So
Correct.
what year is this book? Is this would this be a propaganda cover?
I wouldn't say so, but it does have war stamps. It's from 1943, so it's just getting into that war propaganda stuff. But the war propaganda is on this book on the back. You got Captain Nazi.
Oh,
Well, it's funny no one cut him out.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Captain Nazi on the back. So
I'm going to guess that he was a bad guy.
Yeah,
he was a bad guy. Yeah. So this is, but this is a cool book. I actually like the kind of quirky characters. I like Mr. Mind because he's like this little caterpillar creature, or worm or whatever he is.
Yeah.
And he wears like a little microphone thing, like a radio, like it looks like a little radio, and then he can control minds. That's what he does. It's just he's kind of a quirky character, and he. There was a kind of a running series within Captain Marvel where he had the Society of Evil that he was using to basically try to get rid of Captain Marvel. It's kind of cool, kind of a cool little mini series within the Captain Marvel run.
Yeah, he's like a bookworm. Very good.
Yeah, he's a bookworm.
That's awesome. 7.5. My God, for a Second World War era book.
Yeah. So. And I thought the colors were faded, but I've seen other copies and it's always this kind of very pale,
muted.
Yeah, It's kind of weird. I was kind of surprised. And another, so I got a bunch of Captain Marvel.
Oh, but Captain Marvel,
the Black Adam.
First Black Adam.
Wow. Yeah.
There's a book that heated up and
this book
in a flash.
I kind of went crazy for a while, and like I kind of kicked myself because I paid more for this than I could have gotten like a 3.0 copy. I paid about twice as much for this as I could have gotten a 3.0 copy. But what happened was I was trying to haggle with the guy, and the day that I was haggling with the guy, they released Captain Black Adam movie is going to be released.
Oh. So
then he dropped the listing, and then he put it back up, like I think it was like it went to 8,000 or something. Like it just went through the roof. So but it was it's one of those things. Sometimes it's best not to haggle.
I had a similar thing happen with my first appearance at Kingpin, where it was like the day it dropped, he showed up in the modern MCU, in the Hawkeye show, and it was like, oh, God.
ASM 50 continues to come, but that book, by the way, is incredibly difficult to find. The first Black Adam is tough to find, and that's her book. This show is turning out to be very special, Alan. Thank you. That's the first Black Adam we've had on the show.
I'll show you another probably first that you never had is Mary Marvel #1.
There you go. Yeah.
Wait,
We haven't had a
what's
lot
got-
of Mary Marvel on the show, actually.
No.
At all. No, it's been very,
so
very
I
limited.
like all these kind of faucet characters. You know, I
Yes.
like, you know, Shazam, but Captain Marvel, and I really like my good girls. So like
And Mary Marvel is nice because you know what, she does represent that when you see that, some of that style of art that goes into her, but
yeah,
but she's at the same time, look, she's somewhat conservative right here, where she's got
Yeah.
sleeves, her skirt goes down to just above her knees, you know, she's wearing,
yeah.
you know,
Pretty
it's
tame.
not like she's overtly sexual in any manner.
No.
She's just drawn as a beautiful woman.
Right.
And you know, I just picked up Wow 29, and
That's a nice one.
it was such a beautiful book. And it's actually, I see some of these, I've been going like, man, I want to pick up some more of these because they are just beautiful covers.
Yeah, I like these kind of ones. Like, you know, it's kind of I think this is a cool cover. Yeah, so I actually do collect good girl art. So I'll show you more of the sexier stuff. So
Let's see, to answer your Taylor, they did. He was actually a little bit of a drip. So they got
Rob.
they called,
Carry on, Alan. Carry on.
they called out the plumber who's his arch
man.
enemy,
I just
and it
saw
all
that.
went down the drain.
Thanks,
Fortunately,
Taylor.
when on my
Thanks.
screen, I'm doing this on my iPhone, so the
Right.
screen is really small. So that comment was really, really tiny. So
Okay.
I was spared the pun. So yeah, yeah, but yeah. So I like the good girl art stuff. So Planet Comics is a really great series. Like, it, you know, and you know, it has like a lot of these kind of good girl art covers.
Planet Comics is phenomenal.
Yeah, so actually, this cover has been homaged a lot. Dave Stevens, not Dave Stevens. Yeah, Dave Stevens did one for Planet Comics #1, which was later, I think, through Blackthorn or something like that. And then recently, Dan Parent homaged this cover, and that that's going for crazy money. The homage to this cover.
Did Dan Parent do it for Archie Comics then, or?
Yeah, he did it for Archie.
Okay.
He did it for, I think, the Sabrina story series.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I saw that.
I picked it up for cover price, and then it went crazy. Now it's like a $200-300 book for the, you know, yeah. But this is what it was homaging. And the cool thing is, I actually found, as I was like kind of like buying this book, I found like that there was a
the Planet Stories, which were the pulp versions.
This is the same cover. It's a cover swipe.
Yeah, a lot of that. I've seen a lot of that when you look at some of the pulps, the Planet Stories to the Planet Comics, some of the Amazing Stories to the Amazing, or whatever. Some of the different there's several different titles in the Golden Age where they had companions pulps to the comics, and they will have similar or homaged comics covers or straight cover swipes.
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing was the Planet Comics came out first, and then the Planet Stories, the pulp, came out after. So usually it's the other way around, where the pulp is done first, and then the comic does the swipe of it. But yeah, one sec here. Another character. Here, I brought a ton of books. So another character that I really like.
Stop it.
Is America's Best Comics. This is Miss Mask.
There you go. Company there with Black Terror and the Fighting Yank.
Yeah. So this is like 1947, and this is like an Alex Schomburg cover.
Right.
So you know, really good stuff.
I can't find something that I don't like of his.
I know his covers are just awesome. I'm trying to get a pretty good collection of Alex Schomburg stuff.
So what's happening on the cover? Did she just win a beauty pageant and she's getting a trophy and some flowers?
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of silly, but you know, she's kind of a, you know, she's a sort of like, there's like sort of a stereotype in terms of like a Golden Age or trope, I should say, maybe, for the Golden Age characters, female characters. they were always like socialites that, sort of wealthy, bored women. And they would either have like a detective boyfriend or a cop boyfriend or something like that. And then they would fight crime on the side. They would know a little bit of martial arts, and they'd go off and fight crime. They literally just put on a mask and like some suit and then go out.
Fighting crime in a halter top and a skirt.
Exactly. Yeah, totally makes sense. And often they would get captured themselves. So they'd
And
end
have
up
to be
having
rescued by the men.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So it was fun. I like Miss Mask. So so I have a couple of Miss Masks. There's another Miss Mask.
Oh wow.
I'm trying to get every cover appearance of her. I'm only like 2 or 3 away from getting every cover appearance of Miss Mask. So,
wow.
So yeah. And then another thing that I do when I collect, I'm kind of weird. I like collecting homage covers. So
Okay.
I'll show you an example of kind of a weird thing that I bought. So this is Air Fighters volume 2, number 2. Sorry, this is the first appearance of Valkyrie, the girl on the cover there.
Okay.
Quite the pose she's striking.
I like it automatically. We're reversing it. We got the guy is in bondage.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah, so she's kind of a bad guy, actually, a little bit.
It's Valkyrie, Air Boy.
Yeah.
Is her shirt really undone that far down?
Yes. Yes, it is.
What year?
They have sticky tape.
This is from 1943.
Oh my goodness.
She was very sexy. So very, very interesting character.
Remember, these weren't always for kids there, Chris.
No, these are not for kids.
Wow.
But there's a couple of homages, and I'll show you like a modern homage. This is Air Fighters number 1.
Okay.
So this is an homage to that a little bit, not quite.
The shirt's not buttoned until you get right from the belt from the belt line up. It's nope.
Yeah, nope.
Not practical for moving around much, but as long as you're going to hold still.
And then this is the true homage.
Oh boy.
Air Boy number 5. This is Dave Stevens' art. This is quite sexy, I think.
Wow. So what year is this book obviously Eclipse is still publishing at this point. What year is this particular one? Is this like 83, 84?
This is like 86.
Okay.
So I kind of like getting these homage covers. So I like having these kind of little sets where I'll display it as a set, where it's kind of, they're all kind of similar.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then, what other? So
we're about halfway.
Yeah, we're almost halfway. So I'll show 2 more books, and then you can do your giveaway. Another series that I really like is Torchy. This is Bill Ward. This is actually Gil Fox cover, but
where is her waist?
I know,
this is where J. Scott Campbell draws inspiration.
So, the funny thing is, back in the 40s, even my grandmother, she said that she had like a 19-inch waist.
Corsets were amazing thing.
They really squeezed their waist. So maybe it's not that unrealistic. I don't know.
With the right undergarments.
And with the right undergarments, yeah. But Torchy is a really cool series. Another good girl kind of series. And then one last kind of cool book, and then you can do your giveaway. Shock Suspense. This is a Wally Wood cover.
Wow.
Don't confuse them. They're not clan members. They have red hoods.
Yeah,
First appearance of the Red Hood.
Yeah, maybe. This is a little later than that, but so this is 1952 era.
Wow.
Right.
But Wally Wood, I really like Wally Wood's art. He kind of did this kind of, he has like a lot of his style is kind of like the drapey kind of clothing. I'm not sure if you can see that.
Yeah.
But it's just a really great cover. This book, actually, I was kind of fortunate about this. I bought this and then it got hot. It was on like the day after I bought this, it was on some hot list, and then the price spiked on it, like doubled overnight kind of thing. But I got it for a good price. So yeah, so that's the first half of my collection that I brought today.
Oh, awesome! All right, phenomenal. That's exciting. And I want to, before we get into our giveaway, remind everybody if you're thinking about or looking for a presser, you might want to check out the channel partner, the Rogue Trader Utah.com. There you can get pre-bundled discounted pressings. But on top of that, if you use the code FATSTACKS, you'll get 20% off at the checkout. And instead of anything coming back to me, $10 is donated to Comics Curing Cancer. So through the partnership, you can get your books pressed, save some money, and give some money to the fight against cancer. All right, let's get back into it's time to do some giveaway. With that, we had to become hashtag. Everybody loves, of course, the TV show Golden Girls, but we're going to go with the Golden Age Girls. So go ahead and hit that hashtag Golden Age Girls, and we're going to go ahead and do a comment grabber. We'll get our box of books. We'll grab 6 books or more from the box, depending on what we pull, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, while we're letting everyone a chance to do that, I want to remind everyone coming up on the channel this Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Is that right? I don't even remember the time I said it.
5 p.m. Eastern Monday. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be doing our 1,000 subscribers celebration. I'll have some friends come on and join me here on the channel. We'll be doing it live. We've got a whole bunch of books to give away. If you haven't entered yet on this video, on this channel, pinned at the top location is the 1,000 subscriber giveaway information. You can watch that video, follow the instructions so you can get a chance to win the slabs that I have that I'm going to be giving away. The slabs that I have will only be given away via that the instructions there, so you don't have to be present to win. All the winners will be posted in the community tab, so you can reach out after the fact. Now, I do have some friends that are coming on to join me. Some of them have said that they're going to bring some stuff to donate themselves to give away. Those items will be given to the people who are there in the live. Only you will have to be present for those extra items. But all the things that are talked about in the 1,000 subscriber video, the remarked slabs, the signed slabs, all that stuff, the Schomburg slab, all that stuff is going to be you don't have to be present to win if you can't make it. Totally understand. Although we did try to make it, hopefully, that because Monday is a holiday for many people, I had a lot of requests. We try to make it so that way our friends in Australia, as well as our friends in England, are able to attend the show without it being at the oddball times of the day for them, or completely unreasonable times of the day, I should say. Also coming up on Sunday, January 8th, I'll be having a special live interview with Tony from EGS Comics. He'll be coming on. We'll do a live interview with him. We'll be open questions from the open, respectful questions from the live chat. Will be welcome to come on. So you'll want to check out that if you want to hear more about EGS Comics, their new slabs, and hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Come on out. If you have any questions, bring those questions with you, and we're going to go ahead and get you an opportunity to ask Tony directly via that. Chris, how about yourself? What you got coming up there on the Comic Vet channel?
Well, I just dropped a brand new Walmart video yesterday, kind of putting it out there. Like, I don't know if I got my value back in these books. Tomorrow, it'll be 2 cool guys, 2 hot picks. Monday, I will be joining Rob on his live stream and dropping a new mystery box video. Wednesday, I'll be going live on New Comic Book Day. It's an open invitation for anyone in the community. Come on out. If you picked up some new books, reach out to me on Instagram and I'll send you the link. And then sometime this week, I'll be planning my 1,000 subscriber giveaway myself. Once Rob's is nicely finished with his, I'll make my announcement probably for the middle or later January to make it happen then. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah. And Alan, obviously today you've got the interview that's running with me over on your channel, so people can be able to go over there. You got anything else on the? I know you mentioned backstage, or maybe when we were live, that you're getting ready to move.
Yeah,
so,
I'm getting ready to move. So yeah, I've already recorded a bunch of videos. So basically, I have videos in place where while I'm away, kind of like doing the moving, my channel will still be running. So I have my sort of standard week stuff. So I have some unboxings that I'm doing that are just crazy stuff, like just insane stuff in the unboxings. And then I have my kind of Friday challenge that I do. I do like a Friday challenge where I say, hey, look in your collection to find, your best Christmas covers, and everyone shows their best Christmas covers. And then I also have other interviews that are coming up, some pretty cool ones. And then on Sundays, I'm doing like a Would You Rather, where I basically show two books that I paid the same amount, and ask the question, would you rather this book or this book? And where like I'll look at like books like, for example, like a hot spec versus a cool spec, where sometimes you get like a book where it kind of is going crazy, and then you have a book that's kind of coming down from being crazy, and it might be a good time to pick up. And I show those two books that are the same price, and which, let people think about which one they would rather have.
Cool.
Yeah.
If one of the moderators want to go ahead and put the link to Alan's channel in the chat, thanks. I mean, it is in the description below, but if you can go ahead and hit that. Thank you, Chris, there. All right, let's go ahead and spin this and see who our winners. We got 31 out of 38 viewers, and our winner for the first pull from the box today is going to be Wheel of Fish. I forgot to say that.
Wheel of
Fish. Kenneth Bird. Congratulations, Mr. Bird.
And he's still here for us. I just saw him say it right there. Boom.
Pull that back. And so, Alan.
I got to pick, middle, front, middle, or back, right?
Yeah, a number for first 10 from the front, first 10 from the back, or we can go back to front.
I'm going to do, I always wanted to do this. I always want to pick the first book in the box.
Okay.
Because nobody ever picks the first book in the box.
Oh, actually, they do quite a bit here. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, they do?
All right.
I thought it was being original.
It's all right.
Well, then I always pick first and last. So we got to do the last book in the box. And then, and let's get the middle. Whatever is in the middle.
Yeah, well, you tell me when to stop.
Okay, so stop. That looks middle-ish.
Okay, should I take the book in the front, behind, or both?
Take both. Give people more stuff.
Well, we get a total of 6 books, so we got 2 more. So you want to go back to front again?
So just go, and I'll just randomly say stop, wherever that is.
Okay, and do you want the book that's in front of my finger, behind my finger, or both?
Do both, and then we got one more to do, right?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, actually, I take that back, because this one says this is a die cut book.
Oh, nice.
Warzone 1, but it has some damage to the die cut, so you get 2 extra pulls.
Oh, see,
Mr. Bird, clean it up.
Okay, so finger again. Okay, stop.
Okay.
And then I guess we do both again. We'll do.
Okay. All right.
Watch your back.
So let's go back to this now. We'll start again where we already showed. So this was the Punisher Warzone 1. When you get this, you'll know over here there is some damage to it where it got caught on something and folded at one point. So it's still a good read, number 1 book, but you got the bonus. And then you get the Pokemon cards. One is a Japanese card that I can't read because my Japanese is non-existent.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
And the other is Pidove.
Right. Two common Pokemon.
All right. Next up. Get a nice reprint here. This is the Haunt of Fear.
Nice EC one.
Yeah.
Nice.
And this one has Onyx.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
Some of these only have 1 card, most have 2. How about Ice Cream Man, number 23.
What's a great
Nice.
cover?
It kind of looks like the Joker. The
movie
scene where he's on, like where he's on.
I could see that. Because he's kind of got that Joker smile. I was looking at the curtains and thinking old Johnny Carson, but
yeah, well, there was
either way, it was modeled after that.
Yeah, in the Joker movie where he's like on the show, right?
Right.
Yep. And then you got Ariados. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to take forever having to show these stupid Pokemon cards. I hate you. Let's see. We have the Eternals, number 1. The new.
Oh wow.
The new run.
That's a nice cover.
That is really nice.
And this one I know is worth money because it's shiny, and the 90s told me everything 90s is worth money. So there's
Tyranitar. That's wow. He sent you that. Look at that
hollow card, and then there's a trainer card in there as well.
Wow,
Shauna.
Very nice.
How about Star Wars number 12?
Wow, Rob. Wow. Mr. Bird's cleaning up here. That's a pretty special book.
It's Steelix.
Yep.
I can't tell. It's hard to get them to focus. I'm going to just kind of go through them. I'm sorry. The Amazing Spider-Man number 49 from from He Who Shall Not Be Named run.
Yeah. Where the covers outdid the story.
This one, I think you get, you get the basic Staryu and
his evolution.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I can't. Not waste time. Oh,
two good water-based.
How about the
my goodness,
377? Great cover.
Got some Keone love right there.
What?
Wow,
is that? What is that?
Oh, look at that big shiny UPC.
So it's a newsstand too. Wow.
Yeah. And there's some more cards in there.
Wow.
You've given up on Pokemon.
So we got Silver City here, number 1 or whatever, or number 2. It has some cards in it, but I just realized it has an extra pull on it.
Oh boy.
So we got to do one more pull. You got a Tepig and a Pignite.
Nice.
Oh, that's another evolution.
Yeah.
Set.
Pignite's a fire base, right?
I don't know. You guys got to tell me.
All right. The front again. The
very front? All right.
Book. Yeah. That'll be easy.
All right. So this is Avengers 186. According to my notes on the back, it is the first appearance of Magda, the wife of Magneto, origin of the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, as told by Bova, implied that Magneto is the father of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
That's a big book.
Nice. That's my nice key.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's a Might Yia. I don't know. God, it does not want to focus. There you go.
Is that a Mightyana? Okay.
Yeah, Mightyana and Puchiana. I don't know. Anyways, there's cards. That take too long to go through all these damn cards, especially if they're going to layer over. Anyways, holy cow, Mr. Bird. What a stack you ended up with there, sir. Congratulations. Yeah, some great pools. Absolutely. I believe I have your address, but if you want to ping me on IG again, just to make sure, or at least just to bring, if nothing else, your IG up to the chat, but I believe I have your information. So unless you've moved. So let's see, debatable first Kython 2 or Chithon. I don't know. How do you pronounce something that's not Chithon?
With just one vowel?
Yeah. Chithon, I suppose would be correct. Anyways, all right, cool. Let's get back into some slabs.
So I wanted to show one more Wonder Woman. I like this one. I don't know. I just saw it. And I figured I'd want to show this one.
Bondage on a bomb.
You know, the funny thing is, there's not
that
many.
Would that be a bombshell bondage?
Yeah, it's a really great. So the weird thing about it is, you know, if you look at the Golden Age, there's really not that many Bondage covers. with Wonder Woman. We always associate her with Bondage because she's basically carrying her own bondage kit. But
and that was her weakness, right? Her weakness was to be tied up or to be bound.
Her rope is like, you can't break it, right? So
right, but the way that she was stripped of her power or lost her powers originally was that she would be bound. If she was bound up, she was
weaker. Yeah. So I always like this cover. So I don't know. There's just one that I saw that I figured I'd bring. I actually brought a bunch of robot covers for you for some reason. We were talking about robot covers at one point. So I thought this one was kind of a cool one to show.
Radford.
This is one of those ones that I'm always looking at. Yeah, on the look for.
This is like a classic robot cover.
Yes.
Yeah. I like these kind of books.
Oh man, that's
so good.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of those ones that's on my list. Every time I see one, I'm always pausing to look at it and go like, oh.
And then the other classic robot cover that I picked up to show is this one.
Oh yeah. This is a great one too.
Yeah, Amazing Adventures 4. It's just kind of a romantic-y kind of good. It's a good girl art / robot cover. So it's kind of I like the good girl art part. so yeah, there's that. Wow. And then I brought one more, but I gotta find where I put it because the problem is I brought too much. So, one sec here. One sec. Bear with me, and I'll show it. Oh, actually, I realized I brought a bunch of really awesome books that I didn't show yet. So stay tuned for that. One sec here. Where is the other? Oh, I guess I didn't bring the other robot cover. At least I can't find it. The other thing I wanted to show, because I showed her earlier, was Bullet Girl.
Right.
This is a Macroboy cover, or Ray Boy. I don't know. Is it Raboy or Ray Boy? I never know.
But it's 7.5, even though it's a purple, right?
It's a purple label.
Still,
it's actually got it's a small tear seal that was fixed. That was it.
Oh,
I don't even know why it was.
It must have been done with the materials that caused it to be a purple instead of a conserved.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know why, a tear seal. Like usually if you put tape, it doesn't count as a purple label.
Well, it depends upon when it was done, right? So tape used to get knocked and stuff differently than it is today. Now,
this is an old slab too, so maybe it was at that time. So maybe
with the
if
older
I got
slabs now, they go tape was pretty common, so now it just counts as a grade knock. But I was thinking if it's a tear seal as opposed to tape, depending upon what material they used, could determine whether they determine it a restoration versus a conservation. But
it's I mean, it's very slight. I'm trying to find the tear seal even. But I really like this book. It's I like the fact that she's on the cover, like kind of the good girl.
If that book was if that book were to be resubmitted, would it have an opportunity now to go a blue label, Rob?
If it was tape,
yes.
Yeah, and that's the only restoration. It's really small, so I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. So probably you would get like a 7.0 or 6.5 maybe.
Yeah, it all depends on
how the tear seal is done. So as I said, I really like my female characters.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
So this is
her legs are long.
Man, that's a famous cover. Wow.
Yeah, this is the first appearance of Blonde Phantom.
Yeah.
And she's another one of like typical trope, and it's an autographed copy. It's signed by Mom.
Oh.
So, I don't know why. I thought that was really weird, but it's a great copy. This is from 1946.
Way to go, Mom.
Yeah, Mom. Yeah, Mom. And then I got her first, solo series.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
The Devil's
And
Playground.
Devil's Playground, yeah. It's just a great cover. Like I love these kind of. I find that something about Golden Age books. I kind of like the style. You know, something about them.
It's I've gone through that, and I said the art, the style of art and stuff is just something it's so unique.
Mhm.
It's definitely not. You don't see it today. Even the artists who are still doing hand drawn art stuff, it's just completely different. And it's like, and probably part of it is the fact that they're not even trying to go for realism. Oftentimes, it's just I'm not sure, but it's just very elegant and beautiful and just
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's got certain callbacks. I just love it.
yeah, I really love it too. So
The women had legs connected to
Yeah.
their boobs. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
they were all legs and boobs. That's all it was.
And I
But tasteful boobs, not today's wacky, crazy ones.
okay, I'll show you crazy wacky boobs just since you mentioned
Oh,
it. So,
oh, okay. Well, as long as we mentioned it, let's talk about crazy, wacky boobs.
so this is a
Oh,
headlight cover.
yeah. Torpedo boobs.
Yeah, I like these ones. This is Junior. It's Al Felstein. So I have
Her
to
legs are
complete.
pretty long too. Look at hers. Look at her shins compared to his. And
I know. Yeah,
I'm
her legs are
sorry.
much
I'm
longer.
sorry. I'm looking like, where's the safety gear for this roller coaster? Where's the bar? There's nothing
Oh,
there.
he's
yeah,
holding
it's-
on,
it's
and
right
she's
there.
holding
It's
on to
right
him.
there.
These
You can
kids
see the
are in
bar
big
right
Yeah, there's a
trouble,
lap
man.
bar. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're toast. But you know, it's a cute cover. I like these Junior, and the other series that he did was Sunny. And Al Felstein, when he did these,
They're perky. Thank you, Brian.
yes, they're perky. When he did these, he did everything for them. He wrote the story. He did all the work on the books. So this was for Fox Syndicate Publications or Feature Syndicate. That's what it is. This is a really great series. And then we're going to show great Al Felstein. I should show
Joffrey.
another cool one. Is LB Cole.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Man, there's
yeah.
a lot.
Batman?
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, this is a really great cover. Actually, I just picked up the Grail from this run. The Grail is 28 or 25. Yeah, is it 28? Yeah, the one with the guy with he looks like a magician almost.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like a skull cover. That I just picked that up recently. Catman, really rare. These Catman are really hard to find. So yeah, and then I figure I should show a book that's kind of more of a Grail book. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this one. Do you know this book?
This is one of those World Fair books. Is that from the New York World Fair? Or
Yeah. This one is from 1939.
Oh my God.
oh, it says
and
New
it's-
York's World Fair right on it.
Yeah.
What
this-
a guess, Rob! You read the title.
Yeah, this is the first appearance of Sandman, the Golden Age Sandman. So
Wow.
kind of a cool book. And it's also kind of interesting because Superman, I'm not sure if we can see, but Superman has blonde hair.
Wow.
So yeah, so the early Superman had blonde hair. Like, you know, they kind of switch between, is he going to be dark haired or blonde hair? So it's kind of interesting. So yeah, so it's a really hard book to find. That one, really rare. And then another kind of Golden Age superhero book,
Oh yeah.
Adventure Comics. This is the first appearance of Starman.
Wow.
Adventure Comics 61
Look at that.
Wow.
from 1941.
So is the Green Lantern affiliated with this particular issue at all?
No.
Okay.
But he was part of the Justice Society of America.
Right. But I know Green Lantern now and then would show up in Adventure
Yeah, I don't know
Comics.
if there's any Green Lantern stories in this one.
Okay.
But
Wow.
you know, I kind of like the JSA as a
Yep.
you know, as the characters from it. So I've been trying to pick up all their first appearances. I'm still trying to get that Hour Man first appearance, but that's on my list. And then I wanted to show a couple more kind of Golden Age first appearance.
Yeah, this is my best ever.
So this is the Joker, and this is the first appearance of Vicky Vale.
Oh my goodness.
Also, it's the first appearance of the Mad Hatter as well. So kind of a cool double first appearance book. But it's also a classic Joker cover. It's like, and to get it in a 6.5 is quite rare.
What issue number is this again?
This is Batman 49.
My goodness. That's crazy. Wow. 6.5. That is beautiful.
I was actually really lucky when I got this. There was a big auction that, they always have I got this from Heritage.
Okay.
And what happened was they had their sort of feature auction the day before. And so everybody, they were really hyping it for some reason. They had a whole bunch of really major books at that feature auction. And then this auction happened the next day. Nobody came, kind of thing. It was like, kind of that under the radar auction. And I bid on like a whole bunch of big books that they just happened to have that were at like a Fantastic Four #1, Spider-Man #1, this one, X-Men #1. There was like a whole bunch of big books. I put like kind of like bids based on like, I'd like to win it for that price, but I don't think I will win it for that price kind of thing. And I won every single one of them.
Oh,
so it was like a $30,000 bill. I had to pay. I was like, oh my God. I didn't know how I was going to come up with the money. I thought maybe, I might win one, but I didn't think I was going to win all of them.
So, that becomes the danger, right? When you do that, because what if I do? Can I pull this off?
So it was kind of funny though.
God.
But it was really cool to get, first Spider-Man, first Fantastic Four, first.
You think?
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and for good prices, like half of what they should have gone for.
Right.
And it was all because it was on the next day. People didn't show up for the auction.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So, and I'll show a couple more cool books. Actually,
for Pete's sakes, when Heritage doubles up on auctions, the second one is the best one to go through.
Yeah, another kind of cool one.
Oh wow!
This is another classic LB Cole cover.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I got this for a good price too. Like a lot of the time, people get a little like I'm not afraid of purple labels. Like a lot of people, it's the purple label of death, and people are really
green
afraid
label
of it.
is definitely green label of death. But I think, for me, and I think more people I've talked to, purple on Golden Age is not a fearful thing because it's a common that
it's
people
very
would
common.
use up.
You'll look at some of the census, and 40% of them are restored.
Right. I think it's where people really start to run a little bit more from them is Silver Age and beyond. They become less, and even still, I mean, I have no problem with purple labels for Silver and Golden Age books, and whereas green labels for some reason just are completely different. And I'd rather have the blue label with the great hit than have the green label. That's just me.
Yeah, but I don't like green labels much either. I do have a few green labels, but I try to avoid them as well. But this one, the thing is, when a purple label is in a low grade, like even if you remove the restoration, it won't affect the grade. Do
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it depends also what's the level of restoration that's done on it sometimes too.
This is amateur restoration, but it's slight. Restoration includes a small amount of glue on spine of cover.
Yeah.
So probably what would happen is if you removed that little bit of glue, it would still be a 1/8. It would be a cover, like a slight cover split, but at a 1/8, it's gonna, you can have that, right?
Right.
So, and I got it for about maybe a half or a third of the blue label.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, to me, it's a no-brainer. Actually, it was kind of funny, just kind of in that sort of same story. just recently, I always have like a top 10 list of books I want to get this year, and I got 9 of them out of my top 10. One of them I didn't really think I was going to get. So what happened was at the beginning of 2022, there was an auction for a Police Comics #1 in a 2.0, and it sold for I put my max bid at 5,000. Okay, because I know that Police Comics #1 is the first appearance of Plastic Man, first appearance of Phantom Lady. A whole bunch of characters made their first appearance in that book. So I thought it would be expensive, but not for a 2.0. So I put 5,500 as my bid, and at the time I was like 3 times higher than the bid, right?
Right.
But then it just kept on going. It went to almost 12,000. It was just under 12,000.
Wow.
And so I was like, oh man, I'm never going to be able to afford this book. Then I met somebody online that had a copy of it, and they had a 3.0. Okay. And they wanted 18,000. Okay. So, and I tried to negotiate with them, and they were maybe kind of considering maybe 13,000 at the lowest. Okay. But then an auction just came up at the last week of this month, and it was a 7.0, okay, that came up, but it was restored, okay. So I'm thinking, okay, 7.0 restored. Even if you remove the restoration and you totally mangle the book, you make it a 0.5, it should still be like a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 book, maybe $6,000 book, actually, even at a 0.5. Okay.
Right.
So, just based on if a 2.0 goes for 12, well, a 0.5 should go kind of close to that, not that much lower, right? It sold for 5,500.
Oh,
that's what I picked it up
deal.
for. I bought it for 5,500.
Nice. Great
and,
for you.
And it's really slight restoration. It's like restoration that you could remove and get maybe a 6.5 instead of a 7.0.
But why bother? I mean, because
yeah,
unless you're going to resell it.
Care.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't care.
It presents, I mean, a lot of times some of the restoration, like slight color touches and other things, you know what? They did them to make the book look better. And I care about what it looks like. And and for a purple, like I said, for that age of a book, I'm fine with a purple label.
Yeah, me too. So that I thought that was kind of interesting. So I was like shocked that I could pick up something that really looks nice. It's stunning, to get a golden age book in a 7.0. That's when you say 7.0 to a modern collector, it's like, oh, that's a beat up copy. But in a golden age, that is a premier copy.
Yeah, because a good majority of what I end up with is usually between a 2.5 to a 4.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is where, I mean, and then if you get anything above when you start getting to the 5s and up, you start going, wow, that's a amazing book. And really, it's newsprint that's 80 plus years old. You know, I'll be happy if I look that good when I'm 80 years old. I don't even look that good in 50. So
I should show you. I didn't bring it, but it's behind me. I should show you one book that is like an insane book. It's like in that 80 years old, but it's the highest graded copy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of.
It's like my 9 Buck Rogers from 1950. Right?
Yeah. From the other side of the world.
It's a 9.2. But it's a rare book. It's like there's only 9 on the census. It's a really cool book.
Thank you, Spidey.
But
all right, what else we got here?
So you want me to show some more, or?
Sure, we got a couple more minutes. If you got a couple more you want to share, and then we'll wrap it up.
I'll show you one more kind of interesting one.
Okay.
This one most people probably wouldn't know, and it's in high grade. It's an 8.0. So this is Happy Hooligans. And this is the first appearance of Moon Girl. It is sort of tied first appearance, like her original series Moon Girl is also tied. It came out at the same time, but this gives her origin, which is a little different than the other book. So it's a first appearance plus origin. But it's an incredibly rare book, and to get it, I think this is either the highest grade or close to the highest graded copy. So, and it's from EC Comics. EC. Yeah, so,
Wow.
So that's from 1947.
Oh
And I'll show one more Grail book. This is a Grail book. I'm not sure if it's
little dot. Wow.
This is little dot.
Yep.
This is the first appearance of Richie Rich in comics.
Oh my God.
So
Wow.
really rare book. Like,
Right.
this goes for crazy money nowadays. Like, yeah, it's like,
Oh my goodness. The
I
first
love
Richie
that
Rich.
she's got paint that's.
I know, polka dotted
polka-
paint.
Yeah.
I wish it worked that way. It'd be so
I
much
say-
easier.
it'd be
I
cool
say
if it
that
worked
to all my
way.
new employees. Go give me that polka dot paint in the back and see how
Yeah,
long
yeah.
it takes them to cue into what I just said. Yeah. What year is this book?
Yeah,
What year is this book?
this is from 1953. A little bit later.
Wow. First Richie Rich. That is
First
incredible.
Richie Rich.
Wow.
And I wanted to show a nice high-grade Schomburg as well. So I
Ooh.
thought-
I never say no to those.
this is one of the Zila covers where he signed his name backwards. This is a 6.5. It's just it's one of the airbrushed kind of covers.
Look
Yeah,
how
yeah.
bright that is. That is wonderful.
Yeah, and you can see like his
Exciting.
name in the corner.
Look how short that skirt is. I mean, if she takes too much of a longer stride, there's going to be nothing left to the imagination.
Well, yeah, or she may flip over.
Yeah, this is Judy of the Jungle. Just a kind of cool, golden age character, probably lost to the time.
Right.
But definitely, very. There's not much left of her. Like it's just like her dress is barely. It doesn't really cover. Like it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't think you could have her face you.
Yeah. Probably not. It wouldn't pass the censors.
Nice, hello, nurse. Yes.
Yeah. So this is I really like Alex Schomburg. I've been trying to get a pretty good collection of his, good girl art covers. So the main titles would be like Startling Comics.
Yes.
There's some really great ones in there. The Bender cover, of course.
Bender.
Well, yeah, but actually, I just spotted there was one I came across the other day that it was 48. Obviously, the issue right before.
Mhm.
I have 47, 49, of course, is the Bender cover,
Yep.
but 48 is another cover I spotted the other day, which I was like, "Holy cow!" Is somebody's got one up? Someone's got one up, and I was like, "Oh God, I wish it wasn't that the
Crazy
wrong time of
price?
year." I want to say it was around. You know what? I don't want to say a price because I'm at least not on the street. I might be completely wrong, but afterwards I'll see if I can't find it and ping it to you.
Okay, yeah, I definitely like to see that. And then
it was just beautiful.
one more classic kind of cover. This is
All American.
I always like showing this one because it's this is the first appearance of Harley Quinn. But
different Harley Quinn, yeah.
Harley Quinn, you know what I mean?
Not that
Harley Quinn versus Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Right. The Harlequin.
They added extra space.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. It's kind of I kind of like this kind of this form of her, where she's kind of more like a jester or a bard.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I kind of think it's cool. So I just picked this up recently. I've been trying to get try to get all these first appearances of Golden Age characters. So
right. Well, that's awesome. So we've been focused on a lot of Golden Age. There is a question from the audience for you asking, what's your most modern slab? Not that you have to show it.
I actually brought one more modern slab to show, just because people they want to see some modern stuff. So let's say,
oh boy,
Invincible #1, and this is not the Larry.
I've heard people being excited about that book for some reason.
This is a cool book.
That's a big boy book too.
Yeah, this is a big boy book. So this one, the story is actually pretty awesome.
Yep.
I definitely recommend this story. I have all the key issues from the run. So except for the one where there's this female girl that kind of rapes him. That's kind of one I don't have, but she's kind of a key character. So yeah, but yeah, this was. If you haven't seen the series on TV, no, I think it's on Amazon.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good series. Just awesome. Yeah. So I figured I'd bring some modern stuff.
Oh, that's a whole bunch of goodness, in my opinion. A phenomenal.
Wow.
I cannot wait. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and I can't wait for the opportunity to have you come on again in the future, share some more with us, because obviously
I just picked sort of random stuff. Next time you tell me a theme, and I'll like bring all the books.
I like to let my guests pick their own theme. But no, we don't need this. We got a lot of Spider-Man, Chris. I like to let the guests kind of venture on their own there, you know, except for when we were around, sometimes when we're around the holidays, like when we did with you know, the Halloween horror themes.
Those Wonder Womans, you can't go wrong with Wonder Woman if I'm co-hosting. So yeah.
I kind of wanted to show stuff that people may not see that often. Like I feel like the Spider-Man ones, if I had brought them, it's like, oh well, I've seen Amazing Fantasy like a million times. Yeah, like,
we never get tired of Amazing Fantasy 15, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but still,
that's my green label. I have a green label version of Amazing Fantasy 15.
I would probably put up with a green label AF15.
You want to trade?
Sure, if you give me a blue label.
Are you interested in an ASM one?
Oh yeah.
That's the facsimile.
No.
There's so many. Like I think they're getting desperate. They've been doing all these facsimile stuff lately.
Yeah. Well, the facsimiles were one thing when they were doing it, but the fact that like DC's been reprinting redoing the facsimiles that they just did 2 years ago. So it's one thing when you come out with a facsimile, and especially with some of these key books that look, there's a lot of excitement. People are interested in these characters. A lot of people aren't ever going to own some of these books. And to be able, if somebody wants a copy for their collection, whether it's a space holder for their dream day, like my Spider-Man one in my collection right now are a couple of various different reprints and a facsimile. Someday I plan to put an actual one in there, hopefully. But in the meantime, I have them there. I'm fine with those. I just think it's and some of them have been, especially the facsimiles versus the reprints, have had, because they were limited production or whatever, they've had some value at some point. But what's really odd was they got to the point where during the pandemic there was so much fake value being put on these books.
Oh yeah.
That all of a sudden, I mean, when you had like facsimiles of Hulk 181 selling for $200 graded, I mean, it's like, it's a little bit out there. But then, so all of a sudden, then they started going, okay, well, we're going to do, you know, I know we just did a facsimile of Brave and the Bold 28, but let's do another one a year later, and let's do another one of this, and let's.
Well, the thing that I've been noticing is like I remember when they did the facsimile of Ultimate Fallout #4, and when they did that,
a modern book,
they got flooded onto eBay, and people were trying to like pass them off as the original. And,
because there was so subtle of a difference.
Yeah,
that one and the Deadpool one, New Mutants 98, there were copies that CGC was missing, and especially what would happen is if you submitted it and you didn't call out that was a facsimile on your submission, I have a feeling that some of their new graders that they've hired in this rush don't pay as much attention. And I'd seen several that aren't called out as facsimiles on the label. And I've seen them on eBay where people are like hiding in the descriptions down below something about facsimile, but they're calling out like New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool up in the title, and only hiding down at the very bottom and buried in a wall of text that is like a facsimile someplace. And then they're selling it, asking the original prices. So buyer always beware.
Well, I've seen some ones where somebody had a Sensation #1 facsimile, okay, and they were selling it as if it was the first original one,
Yeah.
Okay.
While we're having this conversation, folks, go ahead and hit that hashtag OnlySlabs for our second drawing here. We'll continue our chat. Sorry, go ahead. The Sensation
yeah.
Comics #1. Yeah.
So the only difference between the two, where you can tell the difference, is Sensation Comics #1 has an exclamation mark on the thing. Like, I'll show you. Here, I buried it, but I'll show you what I mean. So if you look at right here.
Hold on a second. Let me
Make me big
oops.
for one
Let me
sec.
hold on. Let me get this here. Let me make you big. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so right there's an exclamation point.
Mm-hmm.
On the facsimile, it doesn't have that. That
Interesting.
little weird exclamation. I don't know why they, but they did that one little subtle change. But the point is, what people have been doing is they get the book, they beat it up a bit, try to make it look old, and then they put it up on like eBay as if it's like an original. So you got to be really careful. I do sometimes on my channel alerts to warn people, oh, this book is a bit questionable. Yeah, so just something to be aware of.
No, I mean, some of them, at least on some of the older books, usually it's like, okay, well, there's a barcode on the modern facsimile, or it has the $3.99 price or something. But when you do a facsimile of a modern book, and I don't understand, like when they did the UF4, that's just a pure money grab. Because why you have a book that there's hundreds of thousands of copies out there. Why do you need to do an OnlySlab? I mean, do an OnlySlabs. Why do you have to do a facsimile of this? It just doesn't make any sense. But anyways, it is what it is. Guys, if you're not paying attention, hashtag OnlySlabs there. 32 out of 37 of you, so that's pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and do this spin here for our last chance for our giveaway. Again, remind you guys, this Monday, the 1,000 subscriber celebration and giveaway on this channel, for this channel. Thank you all very much. Also, a big channel announcements will be made during that show. Remind you again, all thanks to you guys for getting us to that 1,000 mark. That's going to help us on this channel now, because we can turn on the monetization. All that monetization is going to comics curing cancer. So whether it's the super chats, whether it's the ad revenue, whether it's the channel merch store, whatever else, just by subscribing and supporting this channel, you guys are helping to continue the fight against cancer and provide money to the American Cancer Society. So thank you all very much for watching the channel and being a part of that. I appreciate you all very much for that. All right, let's go ahead and spin this right now. Ready, ladies and gentlemen, wheel of fish. I really do need to clip that. Yes. Look at that. The real James Willie's back in it.
North of the border, here it comes.
That's right. I got to ship to Canada today. All right. Well, how fitting, Chris, the comic vet, you get to pick for the Canadian. What are you going to pick for him today?
Oh, okay. Since it's the 31st, let's go 3 from the front. We'll take those 2. Yep. Okay. And we're going to go front to back.
Oh, you just took the number 3?
Yeah.
I was thinking you said 31st. You're about already taking first from the back, but no, okay.
All right.
Back to the front.
Stop.
Okay.
Those 2. I see you, CJ. I see you. Okay, we'll go front to back again. And stop. Those 2. And we'll go, since I see 80s guy, we'll go lucky number 8 from the back. K-pop, thanks for swinging by.
Okay, we get 2 extra pulls.
Okay. Wow. Ooh, extra. Okay, let's go front to back now. And we'll take those 2.
Okay, we get 2 extra pulls.
Wow.
James, I expect a thank you card.
You're making this expensive for me to ship to Canada now.
The shipping will be more expensive than the books.
Let's see. We're going to go into 2023. Let's go 2 from the front and 3 from the rear.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Unless I see something really special that jumps out to me on these Pokemon cards, I'm not going to waste the time trying to show off all these Pokemon cards. But they all have Pokemon cards. All right. So first one here is Venom First Host. This has some corner damage, which is why it said 2 extra pulls. So congratulations there. If you have a really good presser, you can maybe press that out. The other one, this is Invaders number 6. This one has some heavy foxing along the top, hence it was 2 extra pulls. But fun run. This is a run I've been picking up and collecting, and I'm almost done with getting the run in high grade. But it's been a fun to go back and reread the Invaders. Love that. Ultimate Fantastic Four, number 51 from the Ultimate Universe.
A great cover.
Incredible Hulk 184.
Almost, man. Almost.
Shadow.
It's 3 off.
Speaking of modern facsimiles, Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, all new, different Spider-Man. Facsimile.
That's a great cover to introduce Miles in his suit. I love it. That's a great
cover. The Micronauts, number 56. This is a signed book. Hold on, I'm trying to move this Pokemon card. It's Janice Chiang signature on her.
Oh, you can see it there in silver. Yep.
Nice.
2022.
Little COA in the back along with the Pokemon card. Okay, this was, I want to say this was like X-Men 13 or something. I don't remember. This was
is that Spider-Man booth?
Number
perhaps?
5. Oh, it's Wolverine number 5.
Yep. Man, there's a lot going on there, eh?
Undine. Or maybe it's Indeedee.
Indeedee.
Oh, here's a 1 in 10 movie Marvel variant for Captain Marvel.
Wow, that's nice. I've never seen that cover before, Rob. I've seen the poster. Yeah.
Nice.
Did I miss something? I see Justin said something to Letterer. Did I miss a book that you did something on? Or was that you're saying the signature was on that book was the Letterer?
We got lots of love for the Letterer here, Justin.
Oh, this is a cover I picked up. I got this out of a mystery box, and I was so torn. I was hanging on to this one for a while for my PC, and then I finally went through I was trying to like streamline my PC, and it came out. Oh, the signature was from the Letterer. So there you go, Justin. You too, one day. This is an homage, a movie cover homage. This is Justice League Unlimited, and it's an homage to Mars Attacks.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. That's really cool.
Look at the Martian Manhunter there. That's great.
Yes, and he's wearing a bubble helmet.
Nice.
Just so much good stuff there. I love Mars Attacks. Oh, and how about some classic? How about Green Lantern?
Oh, yeah.
Number 7 there. Side by side with his buddy Green Arrow. Some Hal Jordan goodness. So very good. Holy cow. We got 2 folks with a lot of extra pulls today, which is good. Pull some stuff out of here. I can restock the boxes. I have lots of stuff stacked up ready to go. So James Willie, congratulations there on that. Lots of Pokemon cards for you and your kid. Everybody who's come out, K-Pop Junkie, hey, how you doing? CJ, glad that you could join us here. Everybody who came on out today, thank you all very much. Make sure please subscribe to Comic Collector Geek. Follow him on Instagram. You see his information going down below. Also links to him. Chris, the Comic Vet, his information down below. Please support my partner in crime. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, why not? Hit the notification bell to know when we're on again. We will be on again next Saturday. Next Saturday. Why does this say episode 60? It's not. God, I got to fix my cards. Easy Tony will be on our guest next week. He's got some banger books. You'll want to check him out as we kick off the new year. Guys, always thank you all for coming out. We appreciate you greatly. And I always say, collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including us. So I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.